Let's talk about the custom input formats. What is the custom input formats? Custom input format is something like where you are getting a data in the different format. You are getting a data in the different format. That format is not exist with Mapreduce. It means the supporting classes are not exist with a Mapreduce. Let's say we're getting a data in the form of a JSON data, or let's say we're getting the data in the form of or any XML files or a CSV files, or you're getting the data in the form of so any other format, okay, which you are not, that format is not available with the Mapreduce. The supporting classes are like input format classes are not there in Mapreduce. So what we will do? So how to process that kind of data? So that kind of data also we can process by writing our own custom input format. It means we are going to write our own library, or we are going to library our own API for it to process the data. How we will do that? It's a pretty simple. We know that we have something called input format as abstract class. We know that there is something called text input format as a class. So there are some already the Hadoop is given a libraries. What we will do by extending that feature, by using extends, we are going to create a child classes for we are going to create a child classes for existing class. Then we will override the behavior of we will be overriding a behavior of predefined input format classes. Let's say you are going to write your own XML file input format. You are going to write your own XML file input format. What are the things you need to take in care? You have to write your own class. You have to write your own class. In that own class, you should write your own record reader. If you want to write your own splitting mechanism, you have to write your own splitting mechanism, and you have to override whether the file has to be splittable or not. Is splittable, you have to return true or false. That's based on your requirement. And create record reader. So you have to write your own record reader class. If you are going to write your own record reader class, you have to override the initialize method. You have to override next key value method. You have to override get current key, get current value. All the methods you have to override with your own custom way. So that class, whatever you have implemented, whatever you have written the class, that class you will set into your job saying that set input format equal to the whatever the input format class you have created that class. Okay, let's see the steps what needs to be done for the custom input format. I hope you guys are clear. Let me explain from here how to write a custom input format. I'll just give you an introduction here. Anyway, I'll be showing you an example, as well as we'll be talking about some some of the custom input formats. Is everyone able to look at my screen? Is everyone able to
Yes.
look at my screen? Anila, Muni, Anila, Akash, Aparna.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, we can see.
let's look at there. Okay, let me open an example then. In this case, it's opening. By the time I'll also show you the nodes. If you want to look at the nodes, where the nodes is available, you can look at here. You can look at here, go here, nodes. In this nodes you have something called Mapreduce nodes. In this you have something called nodes. Here custom input format, custom output format. Let's look at this. So here you want to write your own data type, or not your data type, it is the input format type. Okay, so this is the type the data is cutting and you want to write your own way. How we will write that? So 1 second guys, I'm getting some call. Okay, so what we need to do, so if you want to write your own data type, we have seen diagram. If you guys remember diagram is our custom data type, right? If you want your custom data type, you have to write your custom data type by implementing your writable, comparable, or writable, whatever it is, based on the your data type, whether it's a key. If your data type is a key, you have to write your writable, comparable. Your the it's a value data type, you have to go with the writable. Okay, then you have to go with your custom input format. The custom input format class, custom input format extends file input format, and you have to override your create record reader, and you have to provide the body for that. You have to provide your own record reader. In the record reader you have a 6 methods, not 10, 6 methods are there. All the 6 methods you have to override, and you don't want to write your own record reader because your use case will suit with existing record reader. Then you can directly go with the line record reader, because see, this guy also using a line record reader only. Okay, this guy also using the line recorder only. He didn't implement all the things. He's writing his own record reader only. I mean, he's not writing his own record reader. He's just overridden the method, but he's making use internally line record reader only. And the most important thing is job class. I mean driver class. In the driver class, we will be setting our input format class. Whatever the input format class you have written, that input format class we will be putting here. Okay, let me reframe it in the detailed manner with an example. Let's go back to our Hadoop. So are you guys able to follow? Akash, Anila, Muni, Aparna, Srikanth. I know it may be difficult to understand by other guys who are not from the Java background, but it's a pretty simple. The concept is pretty simple. The concept is pretty simple. Custom input format. The name itself is saying that we have to write our own input format. Look at here what I'm going to explain you how we will write the custom input format. Let's say I'm going to write my own input format. It is like I'm giving my own name. Okay, let's look at here. Forget about the data types. Data types I'll tell you later. First, try to understand what we need to do. So first, you need to create a class which extends input format. So you have shown there, you have shown the different class, but here you are showing the different class. That's why I said your input format class is a parent class. Whether it's a text input format or file input format, no matter, your first parent class is input format class. Either if you want to go with input format, you can go with it, or you want to go with file input format, you can go with the file input format. That also let me show you detailedly. If you guys remember, yeah, let me show you this. Input format class is already there. Look at guys here. What is this? It is an abstract class. It is an abstract class, a parent class. A parent class. So when you extend this parent class, you have to provide a body for get splits as well as create record reader. Create record splits, you guys know it. What is the splits? Input splits. You guys know what is input split. How to calculate input split. How to calculate input split. And record reader, you guys know it. What is the record reader? How will I write my own record reader? Right? So whether you want to go with the line record reader or you want to go with some other record reader, you can decide it. Let's go with our Vira input format. We'll talk more about it. Let's say here. So now what I'm doing, I'm writing my own input format by naming myself. I'm extending the input format. If I extend in, this is abstract class. So if I extend that, I have to write my own, create my own record reader. What I will do, if I want to write my own record reader, I'll say here Vira record reader. So I need to say it is an object, right? It is a class. I need to say new, right? But I need to create. I have to create this. Let me show this. Let me show this. Okay. Let me show this. Now I have written my input format. Now I need to write my own record reader class. Let's look at here. I'm going to write my own record reader class, which is record reader class. I can extend here itself. So I will extend here record reader from the Mapreduce. Okay. Then I don't need others. Just go with finish. Just go with finish. As soon as I have written here, I have written. So let's assume that my keys. You can define what are the key, what are the value you are. Let's say my key is text and my value also text. I'm just taking randomly, guys. So it is not accurate. So you can take whatever you are comfortable. So based on your use case, based on the data we're going to process, we will take that respective data types. So it is telling that you have extended the record reader. There are some methods you need to override. So I'm going to add unimplemented methods. I'm going to write all unimplemented methods. So here you need to return, guys. So here you need to do some operations, but I don't want to do anything here now. It is a dummy class. So I have written my own record reader. If I write my own record reader, I have to provide a body for my next key, my initialize method, get progress method, get current key, get current value, close. I need to provide a body for them. So now here my custom record reader, what I'm doing here, I am making use of, what is this? Why still it is showing this red color? Cannot convert from record reader to record reader text and long writable, because here I am taking the text and long writable. So my record reader also expecting same thing. So nothing else. Anyway, so I'm not doing anything. Is a dummy class to demonstrate. Okay, it's just for demonstrating. And let me import that. Yep. Okay. So now we can see here. Now we can see here no error. It means this is my own. Here some error is there, it seems. What is that? Okay, this is should be long writable. That's the only change. Okay. Yep. So I have written my own record reader, my own input format. I have written my own record reader. So still you can also override. What is that? You can also override whether it is splittable or not. You can also override the method whether it is splittable or not. You can also override whether it is a splittable or not. Here get splits, yes, you can do that. Input splits, whatever the implementation you want to do, you can do that. So if you want to more clarification what is that, you can look at the file input format. The file input format class, look at guys here. The file input format class is the class which is extending input format class. So they already provided the body for this. So you can, if you want, you can look at, you can copy this, you can override your own input format class. You can say specify here whether this splittable, the class is splittable or not. If you don't want to splittable, you return false. If you want to splittable it, you can return true. Guys, this is very much important. This is the internal things of your Mapreduce to understand about the input format. Please try to understand. Input formats are will decide what type of data you are going to process. What type of data you are going to process. Based on that data type, based on that data type, you have to based on that data type you have to choose your input format. If you don't have any suitable input format for your data, if you don't have any any input format for your data, let's say you are going to process some different kind of data, XML data, CSV data, or Excel sheets, or something else, you don't have a suitable data type, then what you need to do, you have to write your own custom data type. To write a custom data type, to write a custom data type, the very first step, let me show you guys. The very first step, create class, extends, you can choose it, either you want to extend input format class, or you can extend the file input format class. Based on that you can choose whether it is a what type of input format. After extending that, override override your create record reader method. Record reader method, you need to override record reader method. So if you are using step 3, if you are using existing record reader, make use of existing one, else you need to override, else you have to create your own record reader class. Let's say it's a step 4, you have to override, you have to create, your own record reader class. Record reader class, you have to override your own record reader class. So you know that what are the methods are there in the record reader class. In the record reader you have a initialize method, you have to record your initialize method, get current key, get current value, next key value, get current value, next key value, progress, get progress, close. All these 6 methods you need to provide. So this is a very simple custom input format class. Let's say you want to go with your own custom data type also. You don't see here I have used what type of data types. Here if you see I have used text and long writable. So you don't want to use a long writable. You want to use something called Vera data type or Vera writable or Hadoop writable something. So what you need to do? You have to write your own custom data type also. You have to write your own custom data type also. Okay, let's look at guys an example and we'll wind up with the custom data types today. Okay, let's look at here. I'm writing a combined input format class, so it's also pretty simple class, nothing to do here, which I have combined input format, which extend the combined file input format. So we already know it, combined file input format. Let me show you what is it. So can anyone tell me what is the combined file input format? Um, Combined file input format. Muni, can you tell me what is the combined file input format? I just want to understand how much you remember. It is an existing input file format. Muni, Aparna, Anila, anyone? If anyone remember what is the combined file input format? When we will use combined file input format? This is an important interview question, guys. Don't miss this. Combined input file format, it is an important. When we will go with the combined input file format, combined file input format.
When we have large number of small files.
Very good. Okay. So when we have a large number of small files, what is the problem if you have a small files? The problem is how many small files are there, those many mappers are required. If those many resources not available with you, other resources are keep waiting for, other resources will be waiting for to complete the old resource, right? So for that, what it will be doing, instead of launching a multiple mappers for the small file, instead of launching multiple mappers for the small number of large number of small files, club them into one input format, bring them into one split, bring them how many is set, how many is possible in, bring them into one input split, then launch only one mapper for multiple files. Look at guys here, where and all they're changing set max and they're getting the maximum split size. Look at here. Yeah, somewhere we will first get the maximum input split size. We will get the maximum input split size. Mapper dot max dot split size. We will get the maximum input split size, and we'll try to pack them into maximum input split size, and we'll try to launch a single mapper. So here, what I'm trying to show you as part of this custom input format. So I'm showing you such that is, if you don't like an existing combined input format class, if you don't like existing combined guys, you have to write your own combined input format, because you will be specifying your own record reader, sorry, your own split size and all those things. If you don't like your own existing combined file input format, but you want to increase the increase the split size or increase something else, you need to write your own combined input file format, and where your minimum split size and maximum split size you have to specify what is a rack. Okay, and you have to specify all this record reader. Look at guys here, create record reader. So you are making use of the combined file record reader only. And also if you see here, you are setting a maximum split size is normal your block size. You have to set this. This set method will call off, which is set method? The set method of your combined input format class. Okay, you need to set your combined input file format class. I hope you guys are able to follow, right? You need to override all these. You need to override all this method. Is splittable? No, don't split. If you split, what will happen? If you split, what will happen? So multiple, it will be pieces. File wise, it will be splitted. Don't split it. So like that, you need to provide your implementation. Let me show you one more example. Let me show you one more example. Vira non Vira text non-splittable. So this is my own input format. This is my own input format where I don't want to split the file. It has to process by single mapper. It has to process by single mapper. How it will be possible? So I'm writing my own input format, extending this, and I'm just doing splittable false. Rest of everything I'm making use of the text file only. Rest of everything I'm making use of the text input format only. Record reader I'm using the text input format. Input splits I'm using the text input format. Get current key, all the way whatever you process, I'm processing as similar as text input format. The only change, only custom input format here is splittable. So I don't want to split my file. I'm going to return, I'm going to I have overridden this, I'm just returning false. Okay, if you have your custom data type, what you need to do, you have to go into your driver class and you have to specify the input format class. Look at guys here, I have something called XML input. I have something called XML input format. So just for demo guys, this is not no all the everywhere is it the same way. Based on your data type, based on the data you get, you can change your record reader. Let's look at here. I'm writing my XML input format by extending the text input format, and I have written my own record reader class, which is you'll be having your initialize method, you'll be having your next KVL method, get current key, get current value, all are I have overridden here, if you see properly. And and yeah, here only I have overridden. So I have extended the text input format, I have written the record reader. So once I process this, once I have completed this, coming to map and reduce is nothing changes, but map and reduce you nothing understand by your input format. If you want to uh, I mean this is a logic of your data, how you processing, that's not to worry about it. Coming to driver class, actually I'm looking for your driver class. Coming to driver class, here if you see, what is the input format class I have set it? XML input format class. I have set it XML input format class. So for our custom data type, what we have done, we have written our own input format class by extending the input format or text input format, whatever the input format we are going to process. Clear guys? So this is about the custom input format. Try to remember guys, for the custom input format you have to override, you have to extend your input format class, you have to override your record reader. If you want to process your own way of splitting, you have to override your split class also, input split class also. If you want to, if you want to write your own split mechanism, you have to write your own split mechanism also. Okay, and if you want your own data types also, data types, you don't like to go with int writable, text writable, or long writable, or double writable, or boolean, you don't want to go with them. If you want to write your own in data types, you can also do, you can also write them by using writables class. By implementing, sorry, it's not a class, it is an interface. By implementing writable interface or writable comparable interface. Clear guys? Any doubt? Anila, Muni, Akash, Anila, Aparna.
No.
Okay, so okay, if you understand your input format, if you understand your record reader, what are the methods are there in the record reader, like initialize, next key value, get current value, progress, close. If you understand these methods, and if you understand what is your input format, what is the input format, what is input split, how input splits will be calculated, what is the input split class, okay, whether the file is splittable or not by using splittable method. Okay, if you understand these things, your Mapreduce framework will be very simple and very easy to implement. Any kind of issue, you can easily implement. You can easily implement. Okay, so that's it for today.